Welcome back to Beast Machine. Welcome back to Beast.
Monday.
I am your host, Predacon Paul.
And I am your host, Decepticon Doug.
It's Halloween.
So, looks like some spooky hijinks must ensue. Shall we get more comfortable?
Let's do it. Poof. Oh, damn it. Don't you hate it when that happens?
Should have snapped with the other hand.
Oh, you know what? I am right-handed.
So as you notice by the title of this thing, we are not going to be reviewing an episode of Beast Machines.
There's a startling lack of anything Beast Machines that's not the 2 seasons that we have.
Unless, if you know about any sort of like Beast Machines Monopoly or...
Then what you should do is you should give it to us retroactively back in time.
That'd be really helpful.
And then we can do an episode based off of that.
Cool. If you do that, put it right under the bed here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. It's not there.
hate all of you.
Thanks a lot.
So let's do a horror film.
Yeah, let's just watch a movie.
Yeah.
Watch a horror movie. It's October. That's what October's for, is watching horror movies.
Let's do it.
Okay, cool. So, let's see. What should we watch?
I think we should...
Oh, what the heck?
What is going on here?
I think he wants to make a movie recommendation.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. We'll check it out.
Wait. Should we trust this guy?
He looks okay. Let's check it out.
Alright. You go first.
Always me.
Hey, Doug.
What's up?
You're not dead.
No, it's cool.
Okay, cool. Oh.
Yeah, watch out for that.
Uh-huh. Should we...
Well, we want to see what movie he's got, right? Sure you want to go down there?
It's pretty spooky down there.
Let's see what he's got for us. Well, would you look at that? It's Tremors.
Huh.
Have you ever seen this?
Yeah, man.
I have not, actually.
Really? $5?
Oh, come on.
I don't think so.
I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I saw it on Netflix the other day.
Let's check it out there.
Alright. So what else is on Netflix?
Oh, just tons of... We can watch all of Wednesday. Man, I can't believe we almost spent $5 there.
I know. Who uses DVDs anymore? Netflix. Do they have any of the other classic horror films?
So,
So,
Tremors.
1.
Tremors 1. Yeah, apparently there's a lot of Tremors movies. Enough that they stopped numbering them. Or some of them are like remakes and I don't know.
There's a remake for Tremors?
There's like a TV series apparently for one season.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, but, you know, I haven't seen any of them except now I have seen the first one.
I liked it.
I liked it too.
I mean, I grew up with like the Tremors movies, the first and second one at the very least. Second one I watched a lot. I had the VHS tape.
It was actually kind of exactly what I thought it was going to be. Actually, maybe even a little better than I thought it was going to be. I've been meaning to watch it for a while. I bought the DVD from Black Dog, and I was like, this will be great for a B-movie night or something like that, and it just never made it onto the slate for one reason or another. I mean, I don't know. It's almost better than a B-movie. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty solid.
Think about it this way, right? Like, the movie focuses on two guys, right? Two rugged individuals. They're jacks of all trades. They're masters of none. They do odd jobs around this, like, nowhere town out in the middle of the desert.
Of, like, one of the most nowhere towns I've ever seen in any piece of media ever.
Yeah. And they want to live by their own rules, hence why they do odd jobs. They sleep in the back of the truck on the edge of a cliff. Make breakfast out there close to whatever job that they're going to do, and then they've got like 2 or 3 days worth of jobs lined up. What's interesting is you come to know that the town kind of relies on these guys. It's like they need them, which is kind of like an endearing quality of the two of them. And they're kind of bumbling, and they're not like the bumbling village idiots. They're resourceful, and they're, I wouldn't say smart, but they're lovable.
I definitely say that their relationship is very realistic. They're clearly friends, and you can tell because of how much disrespect they show each other constantly. It was just very funny to just see them, like, they hardly agree on anything, but they're just always together, and I think that's actually really endearing. You know, honestly, like, as much as I like the film, it isn't a very Halloween-y movie, really. It's a monster film, and so it has that going for it. You know, there's monsters. They eat people. People die. There's a little bit of gore. Not a lot of gore, but a little bit.
There's lots of watermelon.
Yeah. There's more monster goop than there is human remains, that's for sure. I think that the cast of characters is pretty good. You know, like, it really gives a good snapshot of what
rural America is like.
Like, very rural. Very, very rural. I think there's a lot of people, like, in the middle of the desert who'd be like, whoa, these guys are hicks.
Yeah.
I like the special effects. I think they're exactly what they need to be.
Oh, yeah.
For this kind of movie. And they do the thing that is kind of done in Alien vs. Predator, in that one of the monsters has to be marked in a certain way, and so they have, like, Stumpy or whatever, which is one of the monsters who they ripped the tentacle off of.
Oh, yeah.
And that becomes like the main bad guy,
yeah.
Tentacle beast. Or worm creature.
Because they've all got like 3 or 4 of the little tentacle things, but one of them's like shorter. They're like, hey, that's the guy that grabbed your truck.
And just like in AVP, there was one alien that got a predator net on him, and so he had permanent like markings in his head, so you could always tell that one alien was the bad guy. Because I guess that's what you kind of have to do when every monster looks the same.
I did think it was kind of interesting how the graboids would like try to learn. I have so many questions, like, where do these things come from?
They never answered it.
And I love that, you know? Like, one of the things I loved about Cloverfield, the first one, was the Leviathan. Where the heck did this thing come from? And there's all this extra lore that had to come out because of it. I'm better off not knowing because that's part of the magic of that.
Your imagination.
Yeah.
It will always think of something better.
Yeah. There's something about speculation, you know? Like, do you remember being a kid in the 90s and not having access to the internet and all of this information? If you watched a movie or you watched a TV show or read a comic and you were stuck with the last issue, and then you had to get like the next one of the next episode of the next movie, the next game, there was all this schoolyard speculation, and that was part of the fun. That was part of the magic. And Tremors like has that quality, that it quality, because we don't know where it's from. They try to speculate about it, but there's only so much time to speculate when these things are literally breaking down your buildings and trying to get to you. And I like that about them, that mysterious quality. They're just kind of in just this one valley. Because they said geologically, you've got mountains on one side, you got mountains on the other, and then a cliff on the other. So this is its own little ecosystem. That's probably why there's only a dozen humans that live in that area. But they've probably been dormant. And then when you do seismographs or whatever, maybe they were blasting in the area for their experiments and they woke it up.
Like these deep-rooted creatures.
Yeah, that have probably been around since the dinosaurs.
Yeah, I guess that shows you could just kind of speculate and come up with a reasonable answer.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's reasonable. I feel like it's an answer.
We reasoned it out right now, and it was very answerable. I thought they did a great job at setting things up and having them pay off. You know, like they
like with money.
Yes. All you had to do, turns out, to defeat these worms, was just bribe them. Say like, go eat elsewhere. Here's $20. Go to a restaurant, have a nice dinner.
$20 goes a long way.
In the 90s.
In the 90s.
Yeah, for sure. Especially in rural America.
Yeah.
Everything's cheaper there because you don't have all the costs of living that you have in the big cities, right? But also, you get a good sense of everything that the townsfolk are working with when the worms come around, or also things that could work in their to the detriment, like the pogo girl. Like these things are established before the two guys go on their leave. That
moment when they're all inside the convenience store and they're all like hush hush, and then you just hear the squeak, 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 and you're like, oh no!
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like you wouldn't have that kind of oh no unless it pre-established all this stuff. So really, like, as much as it's kind of a cheesy monster movie, it does a lot of like good screenwriting 101 of like introducing things and reincorporating them and making it work as a whole start to finish story. So it actually like it's got the nuts and bolts down, and I think that's kind of why it's as effective as it is. Mm-hmm. It's not until later on you're like, these things are coming together. This is all some stuff that people had to like imagine
and that is called a payoff, but not with money.
No. Although it did really help when they gave that creature the $20.
Because then they had to do a 4 instead of 5.
Yeah, but then he couldn't. The creature couldn't like treat itself to like a really nice dinner. It was more like just kind of a more casual burger joint kind of thing.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
It's good. But like if they really wanted to buy themselves a lot of time, they do like a full dinner movie payout. Mm-hmm. Be like, here you go. Yeah. And
go to the movie. There's lots of people there to eat.
Tons of them. And then go get some, something to wash the popcorn down.
Maybe go to the local pub, grab a nice pint. Mm-hmm. Maybe eat the bartender too.
Yeah.
I did like how, speaking of payoffs.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the movie, they wake up in the back of the truck and they're near the cliff. And then later on, when they're talking about the geography of where the town is, what's her name? The geologist.
I actually don't remember what her name is.
I don't remember any of their names.
Yeah, I just know like Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
And
Earl something.
Yeah. Reba McEntire.
Yeah, Reba. How can we forget Reba? The guy with the
Pogo Girl.
The Pogo Girl, the guy with the shotgun. But I did like how when she was talking about how there's granite mountains on one side, we've got mountains on the other, there's a cliff on the other side, we're stuck. And then at the end, because they established that the dynamite sticks, homemade dynamite sticks, that they use by like cutting the PVC pipe off their home and then using that to like with their gunpowder and stuff, and then they frightened it off a cliff. So stampede, right? There
were some funny moments, like if you don't know the premise of the movie, you don't think of it much, because I did know enough about the movie to know the premise, and that the worms and stuff sense their vibrations. There's there's little lines like, "Ooh, I'm shaking," from that like teenager, and that makes me go like, oh, maybe that's like a reference to the fact that everything feels the vibrations. Just kind of clever little things like that. One of the things I really like, and I think why the premise is so appealing, is that
yes, more of this. We're peeling off the layers of this appealing premise like it's some kind of an onion or parfait.
It's a great kind of justification for essentially a movie of the floor is lava. Like you're not allowed to touch the floor because it's too dangerous, and everyone's trying to hop from one thing to another.
It's like Grounders, right?
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah. On Playground, it was like Grounders. It appeals to this very base nature aspect of us. Is there anything else we need to talk about with Tremors? I don't know. Other than I really liked the characters. It was Reba and her husband. The
Doomsday Preppers.
The Doomsday. Yeah, they were preparing for World War III, and who would have guessed? It all came in handy. It's just like, and my favorite scene is when they're unloading everything they've got into this creature who breaks into their bomb shelter. Yeah. It's just like, it's so good.
Breaks through, and they're both holding rifles, and they empty, whatever ammunition is in the rifles. And as the camera's panning with them as they're backing away from this creature, you just see this wall of guns, and they're all loaded, just handing each other rifles.
So that stuff like that was just made the movie so much fun and gave it this sort of unpredictable element as well, where it's like, you know that they're going to be the most prepared, but you just don't realize how prepared they're going to be. Yeah. A really fun cast of characters. The script feels to me just nice and tight. Just really well paced.
Yep.
Really clever.
Fun.
It has a good sense of humor.
Each of its moments were nice and earned. Yeah. Okay, so one of the things that I liked about the film, I'm reading a book right now called The Writer's Journey.
Mr. Show-Off here, I'm reading a book.
Well, like, there's words, and I'm, like, looking at it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that means something, and so I have to Google it.
Right. And eventually you'll get to the part with the nudie pictures.
Yeah,
I can't
that's
wait.
my favorite part.
Yeah.
It's interesting because they talk about the hero's journey.
Mm-hmm.
And in Australia, they've got a different type of hero's journey than they do here. So, like...
Well, that one has more boomerangs.
Lots more boomerangs, yeah. You got to throw it at there and it comes right back. You know what I mean? But apparently, if this book can be trusted to be any source of, like, wisdom when it comes to story writing, the American versions of the heroes here, they're more like go-getters, like they're go-getter, like they prepare for this day,
right?
You know, and then something happens and they have to like rush off and meet the threat. Whereas in Australia, you've got the reluctant hero who doesn't want to be a hero, and it takes several tries, Mad Max, before he finally accepts the mantle of responsibility, and then he is the hero that he needs to be for the story. What's interesting about this is you've got Kevin Bacon's character, who is probably the furthest thing from a hero.
Yeah.
But when the time comes and he hears that pogo, not once does he think like, oh my goodness, this could put me in danger.
Right. His
mission in life now is to rescue that little girl, and he gets there right before the thing grabs her pogo thing and then pulls it underground. Mm-hmm. And you're just like, dang, he didn't even hesitate for a second. When there's like the moments where they're going to run for the tractor or for the caterpillar, they're fighting over who's going to go. And then you're just like, oh, okay, cool. They've really they've settled into this role of being the heroes now, and it's kind of nice. Because you've got two heroes who are working together, and they're incomplete without each other, and it's kind of nice.
They need the fates to intercept to determine who does what based on the only fair way of doing anything, which is rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. It's like flipping a coin.
Yeah.
But like at the beginning of the movie, they wanted nothing more than to just get out of the town.
Yeah.
They wanted to be gone. They wanted to go someplace else and make lots of money. That was their goal. And it's kind of like Han Solo's story, right? He comes through right at the last moment and saves Luke, which means he saves the Rebel Alliance by destroying the Death Star and murdering millions. I do like it didn't feel shoehorned into this, but the little love story between Bacon and the geologist, and his best friend is just kind of like, I see what's going on. You know, there's something going on here, but he's just like, nothing going on here.
He's like, I'm just too cool.
Yeah.
Too cool for this.
What gets me is like they try to play it off like she's some like frumpy homely person, right? Because she's got like the hat and like the nose and like a really baggy shirt and she's covered in dust, and it kind of reminds me of the Not Another Teen Movie where she comes walking through and they're like, oh, not Janie Briggs. She's got the glasses and the ponytail, and she's got paint on her overalls. She's like a hopeless cause, and he has to try to make her prom queen.
Yeah.
It's like, she's freaking hot. Like, what are you talking about?
She's got paint on her overalls. What is that? Guys, there's no way she could be prom queen.
Just like, what was it? She's All That?
She's All That, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Which None of the Teen Movie did a spoof of that, right?
Yeah, and it's like, you look at the girl from She's All That, and I'm like, in high school, I would have been...
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The movie presents is like, look at this homely, disgusting.
She's all dirty and she's in the dirt.
They're trying so hard to make her look unappealing by putting stuff all over her nose.
Yeah.
It's just
you look at her, you're just like, she's really pretty, and she's got a really lovely smile. But yeah, that weird little love story thing that they had that was just sort of a part of the film was kind of nice. So that was Tremors.
Yeah.
After no deliberation whatsoever.
No, we don't talk anymore.
Mm-hmm. We're going to give it 4 out of 5 homemade dynamite sticks. This movie was fun. Everything it needed to be and more. And not less than it needed to be and less than that.
That is absolutely true, Paul, and thank you for articulating it so clearly.
I feel like I just explained this movie so well.
And possibly, I think you may have broken down art in general succinctly. So yeah, a lot of fun. I enjoyed the movie quite a bit. I think that if you love monster movies, you should definitely check it out. Don't expect like anything like really dark or anything really like gruesome. I think it's all in good. It's all in good taste, all in good fun. I think it's become a classic for a reason, a sort of a cult classic. So have you, fellow humans watching on the other side of the screen,
And other non-humans?
and other non, I don't want to discriminate. I'm looking at you, Charles. Have you seen Tremors? Let us know in the comments down below. We can chat about it. How did you like it? Did you not like it? What did we get all wrong? Are we idiots? Are we awesome? Tell us right now.
Don't answer that.
Go.
Unless it says unless you're saying we're awesome.
Yeah.
Then you can answer.
Yeah, we know that Paul's not an idiot. He's reading a book right now.
Yeah.
So
And it's got words.
Yes. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Where's skeletons again?
Guess it wouldn't be Halloween without it.
Hey, Decepticon Doug.
Yes, Predacon Paul!
I have a question for you. What does a ghost panda eat?
Tell me!
Bam. Boo!
How did you know that the mummy was sick?
I don't know.
He was coughing!
Why wouldn't the ghost dance at the party?
Tell me!
He had nobody to dance with.
Why did the ghost stop studying?
I don't know.
Because he was too good for school! Thank you for watching our review on Tremors! Have yourselves a wonderful Halloween!
And as always,
tell your mother! Hey! Hey! Woo! Ah! Hey! Wow!